Alright, you guys, I am live right now. Give me 1 minute. Alright, you guys, I'll give everyone a minute or two to, get in, or a couple of minutes to, get in here, because I have quite a bit of things I want to talk about. So right now I'm bringing back the Style Shot Wrestle Talk, and this one is a backyard wrestling podcast. This is not the WWE kind of podcast, so if you're not into backyard wrestling, I'm just going to tell you might want to leave now. If you want to stay and listen, kudos to you, and you can stay and listen. But the thing is, right now, I don't think I'm going to be taking comments on this stream, because this stream is something that I've wanted to talk about for a while. I've wanted to come on this platform for quite some time and just talk about the situation. EBW, the story of EBW. This is called Style Shot Wrestle Talk Podcast, episode number 5, entitled The EBW Story. So, like I said, I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes to, get in here. I don't exactly know how long this is going to take, 45 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. It's going to be longer than 20 minutes, but anyways, so, yeah, it's a pretty long story. It's in revolve to how I've come and how far I've come, and many other wrestlers in the business, and just let me say right now, all of the kayfabe is out of the way right now. Yes, so I just wanted to say that all of the kayfabe is out of the way right here. This is 100% real that I'm talking to you. So just let me get a minute. Let me sign in here. I'll let everyone get in here, and then I'll start. Sub me, I will sub. Give me 1 minute. Alright, just let me get in here real quick. Let me turn this down. Alright, guys, so hold on, let me get this all set up. Whoever just said to me, I don't remember your name, whoever wants to talk business, okay, we can talk business. What do you want to talk about? Because sometime after the stream we can talk or something. So just let me know what you're talking about. When you let me know what you're talking about, then I can talk to you. Don't care if you have a problem with me, you want to hash something out. You want to hash something out, you have beef with me, whatever you want, whatever the problem is, you can just let me know and I can talk to you about it. If you just want to talk to me and say, hey, because you're a fan, then we can do that too. But anyways, you guys, I am going to... First of all, I need to do something that I've always done before, and that is check. Can you guys see and hear me fine? Yes, I do know JD from NY, but can you guys hear me fine? Let me know if you can see me fine and you can hear me fine, and then that's when I'm going to start off. Alright, you guys can see me and hear me well. Alright, so... Alright, we're going to start this right now. We're going to start all the way back to the beginning, dating from September 12th, 2013, when EBW became a thing. I have been wrestling since 2012. I did mention that, but our company started when our company started in 2013, and that specific date in September is what really got it. So it was something we were thinking about doing for a long time. Well, first of all, I just got a Snapchat from this kid. Shout out to Jackson Homage. You can look his Snapchat's in the description below. Well, not in the description yet, but if you're watching this later, yeah, you guys can go over and you can hit him up on Snapchat. It's J_Homage6. So, yeah, getting all into the situation, I've been watching backyard wrestling pretty much all my life. I started doing it because I saw WWE do it on TV, and I wanted to take it to the next level. I wanted to take everything to the next level, and I wanted to prove that I could make it somewhere, because my goal was always to make it to the WWE. Now my goal is to make it to the Indies and then work my way up to the WWE. But anyways, yes. So what I was saying is there was a company, EBW, which is the company I'm in now, and it was started by, believe it or not, and like I said, kayfabe is all out of the way right now, one of my former best friends, none other than T-Money. What happened is he didn't specifically leave the company. He just got in the way and said that he wanted to go out and do his own thing. He wanted to party. He wanted to do all that stuff. He wanted to get himself involved in the wrong kind of crowd, and that's what really got him bit him in the ass, and that's what really, and then it was me and T-Money, and we had a rivalry against a company named EEW, who was managed by RJ and B-Dog, who were brothers at the time, pretty much. But now what I'm saying is there were many altercations between us. There was an argument about how we copied them. And you know what? I am going to say right now that we had the idea of doing it, but when we saw them, that's what really got us into doing it all. And that's what really set the bar on us to make our own. There were many altercations between RJ and myself, T-Money and B-Dog, many altercations between all of us. But then a lot of it kind of progressed. A lot of it got a little bit... it got deeper and darker, and in many points in time, it almost came down to a physical altercation. Once again, kayfabe out of the way, it almost came down to a physical altercation over this all. But then one day when T-Money left me out in the rain, when he was inside and he was under the umbrella, when he left me out in the rain, that's when it was the straw for me. So EEW is still the thing right now. That was still the thing going on. So I said to myself, hell, why not just go and join with those guys? And why not make a name with myself for these guys? I think we would really pull it off. And then at the beginning of everything, it was just kind of like I was the one running things. It was just kind of like I wanted things to go my way, or it was no way. I would like to say I mellowed out a little bit since then. I mellowed out a lot since then, I would like to say. And yeah, so like I was saying, and then it came down to the point where I was like, hell, I don't have anybody. I want to wrestle. This is what I want to do. This is my passion. This is my pride. This is everything that I have, and this is everything that I live for. So basically the thing was, I was in a state of depression at that time when I I was left out and I had no one else to wrestle with, and it was just me. I was left in a state of depression, a deep state of depression. I didn't know what I was going to do with life anymore. I didn't know exactly how I was going to get out of this slump. But then I went into EEW, and then we kind of progressed from there. And then there were live, like me and T Money, when we did all this in the beginning, we had live shows in front of 2 people, 5 people, 15 people. It didn't matter how many people were there. We got up every morning at 7 in the morning to set up, and then at 7 o'clock at night, that's when we would pack up, and that's when we would clean up, and then that's when we were done with shows for that day. Next, going on to that, we had EEW, who, starting it off, they really came from nothing. They didn't. Coming from me and T Money, who were given a lot, and we kind of had a lot in our lives. The other two came from a lot more nothing, and they scratched and clawed, I would like to say, a lot more than me and T Money did. But now I think that case is different, because moving into it all, when I was in EBW, it became to a while where eventually we're like, hey, EEW, I don't exactly know why we dropped the EEW. I think we just kind of said EBW was the way to go, and EBW was the way that we were going to progress. No matter what it was, I knew we were going to progress. I knew we were going to get somewhere big. But then it came down to a point after a while. It was me, B-Dog, and when it was me, B-Dog, and RJ in the situation. And then we had a couple masked guys and all that. But at this point in time, the masked guys were us playing the characters at that time. At the time, it was us playing the masked characters underneath the masks, but now it's a different story. At that point in time, yes, we were underneath the masks. We were underneath Jason. We were underneath Skull. We were the Executioner, but now it's a different story. We do have superstars to play them now. But with that being said, B-Dog kind of followed in the footsteps that T-Money did. And when T-Money left the company, we kind of saved his ass a lot. We always covered him for him and said he was injuries, and we were always nice to him. And I gave him the pleasure of holding the title while he was out for about a year, and there was basically no fighting World Heavyweight Champion for about a year. But there was an EBW champion, and that EBW champion was me. And then when it came into the mix, when RJ came into the EBW, that's when EBW started to progress, and that's what started to come in, because RJ is, like it or not, he is the best. One of the best. And if he is not one of, he is the best in backyard wrestling. I'm like, damn, this kid has potential. So I was like, I kind of run the company myself there, and I was just kind of doing everything for each other at that point in time. But like I'm saying now, I was kind of the one that I was the wheel, and they were just the spokes on the wheel. They just kind of did what I told them to do. And I'm like, damn, this kid has potential to make it somewhere. So what did I do? I got into a feud with them for the EBW Championship. We kind of hashed it out, and we were like, hey, why not have a feud between us, 2 of the best in the company, 2 of the best in backyard wrestling? And we were like, okay then. So what happened was then I faced RJ and I quit match, a lot of thinking and thought put into that match and who was going to win it, and I won that match by lighting him on fire. And then the next time we met, it was just a regular championship match where it was planned out where B-Dog would come out to help RJ, and B-Dog did just that, and that is how RJ won the championship. And RJ held that championship for damn near almost 2 years until he had to relinquish it a couple months ago because of what happened to him at Capital Carnage. But yeah, this is kayfabe. This is not kayfabe. This, like I'm saying, this is just me speaking the truth of what happened and really what EBW came from and what it is now today. So, yeah, at the time, it was just kind of me, and then he became the EBW champion. And then there was a stay in time while he was going through a couple setbacks in his life and his time, so he kind of, he was always there every so often, RJ, and then there were some times when he would never show up. There were some times when nothing would happen, but things have changed. He's always had the same passion for wrestling. We've all had the same passion for wrestling. We all have. And my goal was to get RJ on the stream, but he couldn't because he had plans. But Yeah, there were many times where I was the one that was the only one here in that meet, and then it came to something different. Then it came to something different where it was just me and RJ. Me and RJ were the ones that ran the company. We were the ones under the masks. We were the ones that ran it. We were the ones that decided who wins, who loses. And then while it was just me and him, B-Dog kind of followed in the footsteps of T-Money and, went down to the bad influences and hung out with the wrong people, got himself in a situation that he couldn't get out of. And then it was just me and RJ at that time. For about a year, it was me and RJ. And, yeah, for about a year, it was about me and RJ just doing everything ourselves, underneath the masks, underneath everything. But then B-Dog came back into the situation. He came back into the fold. So then B-Dog, and that's when we were starting to get people to play underneath the masks. And that's when B-Dog came back in, because we were starting to get bigger. We were starting to progress. I think we had about 50 subscribers on YouTube at this time, if that. And we're like, damn, this can really go somewhere. We have the potential to make this somewhere, and we have the potential to make this go to higher places than any backyard wrestling in this company, in this industry. But, yeah, when he came back into the mix, that's when things started to pick up again. And that's when things started to get good. T-Money was still gone. He still was out of the way. He still didn't want to have anything to do with the wrestling at this point. But from other sides' perspective, it was, nah, I'm busy. I can't show up. I want to wrestle. I want to be there. If you wanted to wrestle, you'd be here and you would be doing it. You wouldn't be sitting on the phone with me telling me how you want to be here and wrestle, but in reality, you just don't want to. So then he came back for a match against me. It was a champion versus champion match, me versus T-Money, where I gave T-Money the privilege of getting in the ring with me and T-Money the privilege of defeating me, because I thought that, I thought things were going to be different. I thought he would come back, but I was dead ass wrong on that one. Just like I was wrong on many other things. I was wrong on the fact that B-Dog was going to come back. I was wrong. I was right on that. I was like, B-Dog's not going to come back, but then he did come back. So now with that being said, after it was starting to get big and it started to be me, RJ, and B-Dog, excuse me, it went down to, that's when RJ moved, and that's when he moved into the house that he's in now, and that's when, the pool was there. He had batting cages in the backyard. We all made it into a ring. And then that's when things started to pick up again. And then when it started picking up again, after a little bit while, when it started to pick up, that's when we got bigger. And that's when I think we reached about 200 subscribers at that point. So then at that point in time, it was, once again, after a little while, we did a whole bunch of matches. And after that summer ended, we lost B-Dog again. And we lost B-Dog, and then it was just back to me and RJ for a little while. And then Stinger came in. Stinger did come in, and that's when things started to change. We had the Stinger come in, and that's when, it was also brought to higher levels because we were starting to get more competitors in the EBW, more superstars. But what I was saying was, yeah, we did lose B-Dog for an unfortunate time after that, and me and RJ were just scratching and clawing and doing whatever we can. And in the meantime, while that was happening, me and him were becoming brothers, doing everything together, wrestling together, talking about wrestling all the time, every day, talking every day, texting every day. And that's when, we started to become brothers. And then it wasn't really known at that point that we were as close as we really were. But then while that was all happening, me and him were just trying to figure things out and just trying to get everything back to where it was. Because we started dropping down subscribers. I think we went down from 200 to about 180. And in that time span, I'd want seen as a tag team partner, Chris Gaming. But yes, what was I saying? Crap. Oh, yeah, we started to become brothers over that time. And then, like I said, after that summer, that's when things started to fall apart again. And that's when B-Dog left again. And with that being said, now while after that summer was over, it was me and RJ for a little while once again. Me and him had stellar matches. You know, we get random friends to come over and film for us and do whatever we could to get videos up for the fans, but sometimes it just wasn't possible. Like all of this being said, like it just wasn't possible. There was no way but me and RJ, we just had to keep going. We had the passion for this, and we wanted to make it somewhere, because mine and RJ's goals now, still today, is to make it to the WWE. First, we want to go the indie wrestling, and then we want to head up to the WWE, whether we're a tag team or whether we're going in a rivalry, we're going in as brothers. And that was the mindset from day one. That was the mindset from day one. Because I never really met anyone in this, I never really met anyone in life at all, really, who had the same passion for wrestling that I did. As you can see in my room right now, it's all WWE and all wrestling and everything. Like, I never thought of anybody like that. Of course, RJ doesn't have all this kind of stuff hanging up because he's not a little bum and a nerd like me, but you guys know what I'm saying. Yeah, but every weekend, that's why I'd like to announce right now officially that videos on this channel will no longer be coming out on the weekends, because that's when the EBW and all of our stuff is filmed. Every weekend is when we film footage for EBW. We don't film on the weekdays. So the weekdays is when this channel is going to be put into full force again, and then the weekends is when EBW's channel is going to be put into full force again. So if you guys haven't subscribed, you can go down the link in the description below and subscribe after this is over, because it's not in there yet. Oh, fuck my neck. And then, yeah, at some point in time, I've just taken so many shots, so that's kind of hard for me to think about this. At some point in time along the way, B-Dog came back, and that's when me and RJ had built the company up from 180 subscribers. We built it all the way up with the help of some of the mask guys. We built it all the way up to 400. So yeah, that's when we built the channel up to 400, and then that's when B-Dog came back once again. And that's when we started, you know, the extreme shit started up again, and everything started up, but there was still no Team Money in the mix, like, you know what I'm saying. And then, in that summer previously, that's when the VIPs was created. The VIPs was a thing since they came into BW, but the VIP name came along that summer that B-Dog left. But yes, like I was saying, everything happens for a reason, and, you know, like I said, B-Dog came back, and after for a long while, it was me, RJ, and B-Dog doing everything with the Masked Men. The Masked Men they were here, but, you know, like, they weren't the ones that carried the business. And then everyone in the company, came together, and that's when we really started to get the booking together, because the EBW, right now, the EBW superstars are the people that, you know, come together, and we are the ones that, how the match is going to go, what we want to do, who's going to win, where everyone should be, and where everyone deserves to be. And with me and RJ being the best in the business and the best in the industry, I would like to say, we came a long way. And then when B-Dog, you know, we got up to about 500, that's when we found out we were going to get a real ring. And I've been scratching and clawing on the other channel to, you know, make my profits and do everything so I could get this ring. That's why there's a Patreon page you can help us donate for. So we will be getting the ring, and it will be here by the end of May. It will be here by mid-May. And then, yeah, that's when B-Dog had talked to me and RJ about bringing Team Money back into the mix. And I made the mistake again. RJ told me, no, it's not the best idea. It's not a good idea. This is not what should be happening, and this is not what we should be doing. And then I'm like, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, come on, RJ. This is what we need to do. We need to get someone in here. We need to get a new face, like, we need to get this face back in here. This could be big. But then the thing coming down to the fact of the matter is, we had someone that had lost all their potential and talent and came in here with forgetting all their wrestling ability. And to this day, we are still training T-Money, and, you know, he's whatever. But T-Money has now, you know, it's the same thing now. Now that he had come back in, we did the Shots Fired pay-per-view. That's when we did the Shots Fired pay-per-view. And, after that happened, then they just kind of disappeared again. And they come back at least once a month, if that. And then that's when they want to wrestle, and then we have to film all their shit in advance, and we have to have the storylines all ready for them, and, you know, it just gets tiring at that time. And every weekend I'm over there with RJ, and every weekend we're coming up with new ideas for the wrestling, and right now that kid has a broken freaking foot. A broken ankle. Legitimately. So, like I'm saying, me and RJ did become brothers in that time, and we came from hating each other's guts to becoming brothers, and, you know, I don't care what anybody says, that kid is my brother. I just want to get that out of the way right now. I don't care. When we were feuding, we were brothers. All kayfabe out of the way right now. That's why me and him had the best matches in EBW. That's because we were best friends, turning into brothers, and we are brothers now. And that's when, like I said, that's when everything came into place, and that's when me and RJ came closer. So I guess I could say right now, if this wouldn't have happened, that me and RJ wouldn't have become as close as we are. For all we know, it could have ended very quick if this didn't happen. But when you have two people in this company that want to, you know, just go out and party and do all the stupid shit in the world, and I think you guys know what I mean when I'm saying stupid shit, and then show up not ready to perform, and I guarantee you also know what I mean, show up not in the right state, I guess you could say it. When you show up to one of the pay-per-views not in the right state, that's when things fall into place, and that's when things get personal and real, and that's when things, you know, get personal outside of the kayfabe situation. And when it's super hard when you have two guys not to just get rid of them and get them fired, it's that hard because they're two guys that you need to make this company where it is. You know, we don't need them. Me and Arj could do it on our own, but when you want them so that you can make the fans, you can make the fans happier, and you can do everything to make the product better, that's what you got to do. So, like I said, this has been the EBW story. This has been the EBW story. I have spoke my mind. I have spoke about what the entire situation had been. And right now it is still on me and RJ at this point, trying to get B-Dog over along with T-Money to do some more filming. But, you know, like everything I said, kayfabe out of the way. And then you have people backstage saying, well, why don't I get a title? Why don't I win a title? Why don't I have a title around my waist? It's because you don't show up. It's because you think that you're better than everyone when in reality you don't know a goddamn thing about this industry. Like I said, you have other wrestlers and other companies that want to talk shit, thinking that they're better when in reality not, because EBW is the greatest backyard wrestling on YouTube and in history, and RJ and Gavin Styles are the two best performers in this industry. I don't care if some people may think that's cocky. I don't care if some people think that they don't agree with me. I'm just going to put that out on a limb right now. RJ and Gavin Styles are the best in backyard wrestling history. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this episode of Style Shot Wrestle Talk and letting me share the EBW story. I will be back with something like this once again. A video will possibly be coming out later tonight. I'm not exactly sure, but click that bell below, and also don't forget to go and check out Jackson Homage on Snapchat. Link will be in the description. So, anyways, you guys, thanks for letting me share my story with you, and I will I hope to see you guys next time. So in order for me to keep these up, I need you guys to like this video, favorite this video, share this on every social media platform that's humanly possible, and go pledge me on patreon.com. Thanks, guys. Love you all.